Hi and welcome to video 7 in our HR Essentials series, Managing Employees, Everything Employers Need to Know. I'm Kath from Compass Business Support, and again I'm joined by Paulette from Fresh HR Insights. Hi Paulette, how are you?
Hi, good. This is so exciting, our 7th one.
Our 7th video, I know, it's super exciting and we're delivering great value to everyone to learn all about what you need to know about managing your employees. Today we're talking about the disciplinary procedures. Okay, so what to do when things don't go right. So Paulette, could you just walk us through today what happens when something doesn't go right? How are you supposed to manage that?
Okay, it's always nice to try and start informally and ask someone, hey, look, what's going on? But that doesn't always work. If it's a serious matter, then I do recommend, but you will need to be mindful of what's in your contracts of employment and your policies, suspending someone on full pay pending an investigation. It means that you get them out of the workplace and it allows you to do an investigation of what's going on. And it also preserves your rights later on as well when you do that. Yeah. And then carry out a full investigation. So here you really need to think about being fair in any process and offering someone natural justice as well. So you do an investigation, find out what's gone on, and then you'd actually call them in for a meeting and actually setting out the allegations to them. In that letter, you'd need to offer them a support person. So when it comes to unfair dismissal, Fair Work will look at whether a person was provided a support person or allowed a support person, or whether it was unreasonably refused to allow them a support person. You'd have a meeting with them, you'd put the allegations to them, you'd listen to what they've got to say, and then you can form an outcome from that, whether it's going to be a verbal warning, a first written, second written, third and final, or whether, depending on the severity of it, you may go to termination.
So it can be an instant dismissal depending on the severity of what has happened to bring them into that disciplinary meeting.
So if it's really, really, really bad, like if they've punched someone in the face in the workplace and a lot of violence and everything, you've got all the proof, you could summarily dismiss someone, which means they're not going to get paid their notice period. Okay. Or if it's gross misconduct, then they'd get paid their notice period.
So now back in the day, I suppose, there was always that 3 written warning process. Is that not always the case now?
It depends on what the severity of what's happened. Say, for example, if you were putting the company's name into disrepute, falsifying records, that may not be quite enough to terminate, because maybe they weren't aware of the full things they're meant to be doing, maybe the policies weren't in place. For whatever reason, you could put them on a first and final written warning and pop that on their file for a period of, say, 4 to 6 months, as an example, and then have follow-up meetings to go over what's required of them and how they're getting on and whether those incidences have happened again. And you would always have in there, there'll be follow-on meetings from this. The first one being on such and such date. Should something similar or this happen again, you may face further disciplinary action that could lead up to and include termination of employment.
So I guess the key too is to make sure that everything's documented. The whole process is documented. Yeah.
If it's not written down, it didn't happen. Okay. So you need to ensure procedural fairness when you're dealing with disciplinaries. You need to give them the opportunity to improve if it's a performance matter. If it's a conduct matter, you need to set out what the conduct actually was, what was unacceptable about, and what the person needs to do to improve. Okay. And if a person needs training, you need to be able to provide that training, be shown to be providing that training as well.
So you can't just say you can't do the job, you're not doing a good enough job, you're gone.
No, you've got to be really aware of unfair dismissal. Sure. And it's not hard for an employee to take an unfair dismissal claim against you, and it just causes paperwork for you that to defend it, you would have the procedures in place, the letters in place, you've actually followed through, you've given them all opportunities, you allowed them to have a support person there, and it's a fair, it's a just, and it's a reasonable response to what's actually happened.
Okay, and I guess if people are stuck and unsure what to do if that situation arises in the workplace, it would be a really great idea to call yourself so that they can get the right advice and make sure that they're handling the process correctly.
What I recommend people do, I certainly recommend this to my clients, if a staff member's done something wrong, zip your mouth, walk into your office, close the door and phone me. Don't overreact, because the overreaction could get you in more hot water and be more costly to fix than just giving me a call in the first place. So that's what I say to them: zip, walk into your office, close your door and phone me. So I have 24/7 support for all my clients, so I'm there for them. They get me, not a call centre.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that's the best advice. If in doubt, call Paulette. That's the way to go. All right, well, I think that's it for this little video today.
Yep.
And again, we've got some free offers, so there'll be links in the bottom of the video, so just click on those to download your freebies. Is there anything else that you wanted to add today?
No, just really, if you see someone starting to do something wrong, just nip it in the bud straight away. Don't let things escalate.
Good point. Yeah. Get onto it early.
Yeah.
Don't let it drag on. Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you very much. This is our 7th video, as I said, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. Bye.